What is up, YouTube? Posting a vid here. This is my 2006 CBR600RR. Got some pretty good toys on it, things like that, but wanted to share arguably my favorite mod that I've done to the bike so far, and that is painting this stock windscreen right here. I've been shopping around, the usual suspects, you know, Puke, something like that. I was going to get a Puke, one of the original screens from them, and I think for the 06 they might only make the dark smoke, but they also might make the opaque version. Regardless, I think they're, you know, $87, $88 with shipping. You know, you're just under $100 for that. And then I was kind of browsing around some forums and stuff, saw a couple posts here where people were like, no, you know, you can just paint it and stuff if you had a steady hand, stuff like that. So I went ahead and tried the paint scheme. I figured, you know, worst case it turns out horribly and I order an aftermarket screen anyway, so what do I really have to lose? Some specifics on what I used. It is a Krylon plastic paint. I went with the gloss black. This is 3 coats of the gloss black, and it is, I mean, it is, if you like kind of get in here, you can't see a thing through it. So I mean, it is completely black, and it doesn't really matter how glossy you use, because no matter what, you're painting this backside here, so the front has kind of a glossy finish to it anyway, so it'll make it look glossy. So if you want to use, you know, just any black Krylon plastic paint you can track down, it's going to work fine, it's going to look great. Let's see, I'm trying to think where the can is. I could show you guys, but I don't know where it is at the moment. So like I said, this is 3 coats. You know, I did 1 coat and I thought it was going to be pretty good, and I realized, you know, there were kind of a few patchy areas. So like this guy up here in the corner, you could kind of see some lighter finish to it, stuff like that. So, you know, I just decided to hit it hard, and black matches black the best, so make it all black. But I really couldn't be much more pleased with how this came out. If you notice, there's a Honda little sticker that's right here. I went ahead and took that off when I was cleaning the screen, and then I just used some pretty heavy Goo Gone to get the adhesive off to make sure the paint stuck properly. I think it looks cleaner without it. That is ultimately a personal decision, but that's just my take on it. You can also put, you know, a sticker in there if you want to, paint over it, and it'll kind of show up just like the Honda did. So, you know, if that's something that you're into, make a sweet sticker. It's going to have to be adhesive on the front, so it won't read backwards, etc., just like the Honda sticker. So I'm sure you would think through that before you attempted something like that, but you never know these days. So I can show you quickly what it looks like when you turn these lights on. So it'll actually be nice because during the daylight, it'll be easier to read my gauges and everything, because that's going to block out all that sunlight, and you know, these gauge lights are on all the time anyways. So I mean, as you can see, you can plainly see all the gauge cluster illuminated. You try to look through that screen and you can't see a thing. So I am very pleased. You know, I mean, I guess you could argue that you can't see through it, but with the original screen, it's so short that even if I'm tucked, I can see right over the top. So I'm really not overly concerned with that. But, you know, once again, personal preference. But as far as the procedure goes, you're going to need to, I use newspaper and taped this whole front portion with newspaper, and I taped right up to the bottom of this lip. You'll see when you get your shield off, it's right at the bottom of that little lip. So the lip was exposed. And then with all this pretty well masked off, I went ahead and laid the screen on its back like it is here, gave this front a pretty good even spray across the lip, gave it a few minutes, gave it another pretty good spray, so that was pretty good in black. Then I flipped this over and I rested it on, I think I used a hammer just to keep this lip from getting stuck to the newspaper. And then I gave the backside, you know, you shake the can, you know, it's something like 3 minutes when it's new, etc. You'll figure it out. Give pretty big even sprays across the back. Don't get greedy, don't get your paint running, anything like that. Take your time. You only got to do it once and it'll be set for forever. That's how I look at it. You only got to get through it once. So give it 5 minutes between layers, 10 minutes, whatever you want to do. Hit it up pretty good again. I'm pretty sure I would have been just fine with 2 coats, but me being the guy that I am, I mean, I'm all about limo and stuff out, so I figured it's going to be black. If I'm painting it, then it better look how I want it to look, and I really feel like I accomplished that. So I was able to save, $90 or so when you factor in shipping to get a Puke over here. I think the original Shield looks awesome on the bike. I mean, in that you can't see a swirl mark in it, you can't see a thing in it, but beautiful gloss black. So if you're considering getting a new screen, something like that, hit me up and I'll definitely walk you through it. It is a great way to add. I mean, it's such an inexpensive mod, and I mean, the improvement on the look of my bike is staggering to me compared to what I was looking at before. So hit me up for details. I'd be happy to help you out. Good luck.